Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Detroit Lions. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Hurts throwing right away. This short throw caught by Goddard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go here with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. 2nd and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's 3rd and 7. Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll go down at the 28.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out in the backfield.
You know, on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Swift going to try up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing is Hurts. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
Well, it's up to how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. The kick by Elliott is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Hooker, he's going to move him around a little bit here.
Hurt. 18 Rattler, 18.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Browns offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Okay,
One
ready?
play has him up past the 40
Ready.
already, and another 1st and 10.
Hurt. Right there, hurt. Big Lion. Go.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Panther Street. Go, Riggs, go.
Here's Hooker. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurt.
Hooker's going to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Flexing his muscle at the 30. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st down, and they go with Swift again. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, 45 yards. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Kenenuagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
you
down.
Don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat. Ready.
Hooker on first down. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Go check. Go check.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. 3rd down, Hooker looks to throw it. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Patterson's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On the handoff, this is Swift. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Eagles.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They go play action with Hurts. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete.
That could be the stuff this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He'll look to set up his blockers. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing. Hooker. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Hooker. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Pulled in at the 24. Breaks through the contact. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Swift. Down to the 25. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And this will not be a good return. He's out of bounds at the 12. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Ready, set.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Hooker. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On the set.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, smash Bronco! Hurt, hurt!
Here's Hooker to throw it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's James. And quickly they get to the line. On second down, Hooker. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. Hooker wants to change the look. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Looking to throw. Hooker nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Hurt, hurt. Right there, hurt. Big Lion.
Oh, and they set the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Hooker. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Patterson's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. In motion right is Brown. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Swift on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to the running game with Swift. And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that Not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Hooker now on first down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. St. Brown in motion right.
Trap 50, trap 50. Hey.
1st down throw here. It's Hooker. This will be caught at about the 3. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Mixon. He'll take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up and good on a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
60 Maverick.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
Ready? Six the Eagles.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Jalen Carter in on that tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 16. Here's Hooker. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Check smash, check smash, check. Ready.
Hooker's going to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Dragon 60.
Mixon again. But he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football, just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there, ends up getting spilled for a loss.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. Hooker. The quick slant caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth. All tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. This one out quickly to Watkins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock, and they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Swift. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. They'll run right here with Swift. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This from long, very long. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Pass complete. Now race for the marker. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're overtime. If the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You think back to halftime, they were close to being written off. They faced the deficit, and now here as we begin overtime, they're one drive away from a comeback victory.
Think about where they started and how far they've come back from. And look, you and I both know that when we talk with coaches, most of the time they don't say that momentum is something that factors into how they coach a ball game, because they say each game is its own entity. But within a game, I think they all believe in momentum, and they certainly have it going on their direction right now.
Running left, it's Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Hooker now on 2nd down. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Throwing. Hooker. It's Williams on the catch. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied.
Let's go now. Hurt.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Hurt, big lion.
Now Hooker. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime. overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown. And the